Hi, I'm Tyron from Rufus to Soul.
Hey, it's Teddy Swims.
Hey, what's up? It's Danny Lane.
My name is Ivan Cornejo.
Hello, my name is Jessie Rees, and welcome to my mind massage.
I have a new album. I've tried everything with therapy. Part one. There's going to be a part two of it eventually. I'm super excited about it. I think it's going to be a good blessing for some people. And ultimately, I've been terrified of therapy my whole life. So this album is kind of a promise I made to myself that once I release it, that I would be in therapy and try to, I don't know, whatever therapy does for people. I'm not sure yet, but I hope it works. It fixes me. This song on my album is my favorite song. It's called Suitcase. It's really cool. I think it's very honest with me. And then there's this song called Some Things I'll Never Know. It's about how people leave your life, and you don't get a lot of closure in relationships, and you never know why people do the things they do, and so it's really been a big blessing for me. It's the first time I ever recorded anything where I cried, and I just hope it does something like that for you. If I could give advice to anyone that's trying to be an artist or upcoming, I would say it's okay to suck, and you're gonna suck a lot more than you're gonna be good. You can't always write the good ones, you know. You can't always do the right thing, and you can't always make the right choice, but nobody's counting your failures except for you. They only care about your successes, so try not to compare yourself to other people. My best self-love advice would probably be to every day when I start my day, I used to just look at myself in the mirror like anyone and get dressed, but it never occurred to me that I hadn't literally looked myself in the eyes. So I try every morning to look myself in the eyes and say, you got this, and you're doing great, and you're good looking, and you don't suck, and you're cool, and you're not that fat, and everything. You're okay. You're beautiful. You know, I just try to look myself in the eyes and make sure I love myself before I move out into the world for the day.
Atmosphere for us in music is really important, and it's just a fun place to play. We're in an electronic band, but I feel like it's really limiting to box yourself in like that. I feel like we're really just kids in a studio playing with toys, making songs, and we're about to put out our 5th album. So we've been doing it for 15 years, so it's been a good time. So our album's called Inhale, Exhale. It has 15 songs, so it's our longest album we've ever done before. We had so much fun making it. We did, I think, probably about 8 2-week trips to different studios across the country and in Ibiza. We wrote the most material we've ever written. I'm so stoked with it. It's, the opening song's called Inhale. The closing song's called Exhale. And everything in between is a fun ride. We love cross-referencing ourselves in terms of lyrics. So a lot of lyrics in the album either hint at air or breath, but realistically they're all just versions of love songs.
My favorite song on my album, that's impossible to answer because it switches all the time. Like, for example, there's one song called Mood, and it sums up a lot, and we use this Colombian sample of this song I love that goes, los caminos de la vida no son como yo pensaba, como los imaginaba, no son como yo. I sound like shit when I'm whisper singing. But anyways, it's really dope, and so we were able to sample it, and it translates to the walks of life are not what I expected. They're not what I anticipated. And they're not what I thought they'd be. They're very hard to walk. very hard to go through, and I can't find my way out. I was translating in my head as I went because it's hard to, think in Spanish and speak in English. But it encompasses it. And then there's one song on the album that I'm super excited about too. That's called Emotional Detachment Demo. It actually it really sums up the curve of like heartbreak and then healing, because it starts with a story about seeing old love and how much it hurts and how much you wish you could still be friends after falling out. And ego and pain and tears and all that bullshit. But one day in Toronto at my house, I was just freestyling and I put this shit on TikTok and it came out and it was like this song called Quiet. How ironic. The song was called Quiet and it went like, I'm sure that I'm the villain in somebody else's story, but this ain't their song now, is it? And I'm sure that someone out there thinks that I should say I'm sorry, but what they think really ain't my business. And I miss the old me, who never gave a shit. They say ignorance is bliss, and now I get it. The years they gave me wisdom, but they gave me headaches too. But now, I know better than to argue with the fool. So I stay quiet. I stay quiet. That was a TikTok song. And everybody loved it. And I didn't want emotional detachment to just have the arc of pain, especially when I feel like I've grown. So I was like, I'm gonna make this a moment. So they're together.
So I directed Breakfast Can Wait Princess video when I was 18. It was super fun. He discovered me and found me online somewhere. Breakfast Can Wait was actually the first video that I directed. Prince gave me that opportunity and pretty much taps me into my directing side. I think it's really fun that I have a visual side to me. So now I'm a big part of all of my videos, my own personal videos, and I direct almost all of them. I also got my album called The Plan, first debut album. I got a couple features on them: Chris Brown, Lil Yachty, Lil Baby, YB and Amir, YG. So it's a vibe.
I feel like Riverside has had some influence on my music and the genres I used to listen to when I was younger growing up in Riverside. I was like 12 going on 13 years old. I was very drawn to music at a young age. At a young age, I was listening to old people music. There's nothing wrong with it. The way I describe my music, pretend like you're an astronaut. You're floating through space. You've lost connection from everything. Your space shuttle, Earth. You can see Earth, but you've lost connection from it. And you got no Wi-Fi. No nothing. This album, Mirada, was inspired by the thought of a nostalgic summer. I want this album to be those albums that just take you back. Take you to a memory, take you to a location, take you to a smell. A smell, you know what I mean? If I had to choose a song from my album, it's a tough one. I like all of them. But if I had to choose one, if I had to choose a song from my album, I would choose Atención. I like
that it feels like.